No, not really. I mean, we were hoping I didn't have to get him before the fifth, and so no. I mean, we did all we could, mixes and matches to try to win that game, and he kept us in the game. He kept us within striking distance. We had a couple opportunities, and that big hit's been eluding us lately. Well, hits period. Yeah. Well, he threw the ball. He was effectively wild. He had a pretty good curveball, and then he would try to quick pitch guys, all except Anthony. It kind of worked, and that's what they usually do. They usually get him out of there, him in the fifth or sixth inning usually, and that's how they roll because they got a good bullpen.
How much do you read into 2 runs in 2 games against these guys?
Well, they're leading the league in ERA. They got a good pitching staff, and so it's usually going to be a pretty close game. I mean, we had more energy today. We played with more life today, and I think the big crowd really helped us too. The crowd was into it, even though about 30% of them, were Dodger fans, and so all these factors help. When you're searching for answers.
So that you had 2 starters these last 2 games, pitchers that may not make it to your playoff rotation. How much do you kind of take away?
Well, that's some consolation, but still, I'm glad that we have faced probably the stronger side of their bullpen that which we haven't seen in a long time, and the fact that Linder will probably see Watson, so he's seen him, and I think it's good that we get familiar with these guys, because we haven't seen them in a while, and they do have a kryptonite because they're just 1 or 2 games over 500 in their own division, which means that they do have some weaknesses that you hope you find and exploit.
Can you kind of go into that idea of hiding pitchers or whatever you want to call it as an advantage? Because we don't hear that talked about much.
No. But there's an advantage if you haven't seen a guy. And there's not much advantage if you've seen him with your own eye. Nowadays everything is pretty much out in the open. They used to hide guys in the back and you didn't even know who's starting. And they don't do that anymore because they release it a couple of days in advance who you're going to be facing.
I guess I was just a little surprised that Kershaw, Darvish, that so many would be kept out of this one series. It makes it seem like it's a pretty big deal. Maybe I'm missing.
Well, I don't know if that was the point. I don't know what their rotation was going to be, coming in here. I mean, they could say the same thing about us. No seeing Serger, no seeing Gio. But the way our rotation just around, you can't just set your rotation, like you can in the playoffs. And so, we haven't seen Darvish. I don't think we've ever seen him. I've never seen him in person, but we've seen Kershaw plenty, and that's you get that, you're gonna get one of them or probably both.
Dusty, you may have already answered this, but having lost 4 or 5 since you clinched, are you getting concerned about not setting a good tone for the rest of the season?
Well, I don't like to lose ever. Yeah, so you're not trying to lose. Sometimes they beat you. The Braves beat us up pretty good, and then they beat us up pretty good here last night. So, if anybody was worried, it was the Dodgers. They lost 15 out of 16, and they've come back and won I think 3 in a row. And I remember San Francisco a couple of years ago when they went to the championship. They had a terrible August or something, and then they came back and got it together. So, no, I'm not worried. I just don't I don't like to lose any time in any game. It doesn't matter, where you are in the season.
It's a little off the game point, but I was the matchup between Corey Seager and Trey Turner is pretty remarkable. And talking to Chris Spire, he said he'd never seen as many good young shortstops: Correa, Lindor, Bogarts, Addison Russell, Trevor Story, on and on. Is this a pretty unique bunch?
Well, I mean, when Chris was playing, it was a pretty unique bunch too. Ozzie Smith, Gary Templeton, Larry Boa, him. I mean, there were some quality shortstop, but things go in cycles. I mean, they're like one time there was a bunch of second basemen, and another time there was, probably not that many like top third basemen. That's why there's probably only a few third basemen in the Hall of Fame, and. But I mean, this is a heck of a bunch here, and a lot of them probably could have played a different position. I'm sure they could, because a lot of them aren't the conventional built like shortstop kind of guys, and so yeah, this is a good crowd.
Just to follow up with one thing, Trey played for you the last 2 years. Trey's played 159 games. He goes in a run today. He scored 120, over 200 hits, 14 triples, 22 homers, 310, 72 steals around the corner. What are we looking at? Okay.
Well, I mean, we'll know as soon as he plays, a complete couple of years. Then you can get a pretty good idea. Once you get around the league knows how to pitch him. In your first couple of years, one team thinks you're a high ball hitter, next team thinks you're a low ball hitter, one team thinks you're an inside hitter, outside hitter, and then it takes a good 4 to 5 years before everybody, has the same kind of scouting report. So, I just hoping he stays healthy over the last, for the next couple of years, and then we'll make an assessment then. But I mean, he's pretty good right now.